To this end, for the third consecutive year, the senior class was asked to vote for a faculty member whom they would most like to have speak at graduation. This teacher has been described as somewhat of an everyman. He coaches soccer, runs the chess club, organizes open mic nights, helps coach the forensics team, builds sets for the musical, drives a school bus, chairs committees, and hangs lights and curtains. Somewhere among all that, he also teaches senior English with professionalism and humor. He has a great balance between being a hard-nosed teacher who sets high expectations for his students and a very approachable person to whom the kids can really relate. Born in England in 1963, he came to the United States in 1980 with family and never really left English. He has been teaching for 20 years, the last 5 of which have been at Beechwood. For a long while, he was the sole male member of our English department, but this year, he found a new friend in Mr. Purgowski. This year's senior class overwhelmingly chose Mr. Mark OConnor to be their guest speaker. Mr. OConnor.
Ladies and gentlemen of the class of 2011, wear sunscreen. If I could offer you only one tip for the future, sunscreen would be it. The long-term benefits of sunscreen have been proven by scientists, whereas the rest of my advice has no basis more reliable than my own meandering experience. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth. Oh, never mind. You'll not understand the power and beauty of your youth until they've faded. But trust me, in 20 years you'll look back at those senior videos we did in our class and recall in a way you can't grasp now how much possibility lay before you and how fabulous you really looked. You're not as fat as you imagine. Now relax, I'm not plagiarizing. That's this commencement address. I checked my favorite website, turnitin.com, and found that the source of these lines was Mary Smirch of the Chicago Tribune. She wrote them in 1997, and the column went viral when somebody claimed that Kurt Vonnegut gave the speech to the graduating class at MIT. It was further made more popular by Baz Luhrmann, who put the song to music in 1998. Now, I've been teaching about that commencement address since 1997 and busted students for plagiarism a lot longer than that. And though its advice is charming and insightful, it reminds me now that I've been around a long time. It's my 20th year of teaching. Of course, Mr. Bates and my son remind me that I'm getting old all the time. Anyway, those 20 years have given me a little wisdom. And though you are indeed an exceptionally gifted class, I do have some fatherly advice for you, and I'm going to dispense it now. 1. Recognize that credit cards are for what they are, toxic. When card offers appear in the mail with your name on them from Visa and Chase Bank, know that they don't contain fairy dust that allows you to magically buy things. Those are anthracite spores of interest payments ready to infect you and eat away at your happiness. The bottom line, if you can't afford something, do without. You will survive. Appreciate thrift stores. The bargains are awesome and the prices beat the socks off Walmart. You'll be surprised what nice clothes are at the thrift stores, and many of them have the original price tag still on them. Cars are not good investments, unless you're a used car salesman. If you can get your father to put the gas in your car and keep it maintained, you're lucky. But if you have to pay for the maintenance yourself, avoid buying anything made in the UK, Sweden, and Germany. Travel. Fort Mitchell may be the place where all the women are strong, the men are good looking, and the children are above average due to great inflation. But you need to get away from this place for a while. And when I say travel, I don't simply mean a couple of days on a Caribbean cruise. I mean do an exchange semester abroad in Spain or Japan. Or take off for the summer with a couple of friends with backpacks. See the sights, meet the people, eat strange food. You won't believe how enriching these experiences are. One of the most memorable experiences I had as an exchange student in Japan was in a railway station bar in Osaka. A Spanish guy and I watched the World Cup match together. He couldn't speak English, I couldn't speak Spanish. So we both spoke Japanese to each other. It was a very cool experience. Recognize your mistakes and move on. This is one of the hardest lessons of all. In love, business, family, and all endeavors, accept that you will make a few disastrous mistakes. Sometimes a business venture will fail, sometimes a relationship will turn sour and your heart will break into sharp slivers. Absorb the pain, and then for a while, and then get up and move on. If you want a lesson how that's done, watch Catherine Coley's video. Eat fresh and buy local. Processed food and factory farm meats will mess you up. And why the heck would you want a piece of lettuce that's traveled 2,000 miles to your plate? And why would you eat the meat from some animal that's lived like a zombie? Eat fresh. And don't become a fanatic liberal or conservative. There are platoons of manipulative propagandists out there who want to stop you thinking. We read about them in Orwell's 1984 and in Kesey's One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. Don't participate in the 2 minutes hate. Don't get sucked into the combine. Whatever you do, keep your eyes and ears open for a nuanced take on what is really going on in our world. You'll hear all sorts of bad news, but fight defeatism with all your might. If you remember earlier in the year, I made a fuss over Macbeth's tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow speech. It goes like this. Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out, brief candle, life is but a walking shadow, a mere player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage, and then is heard no more. It's a powerful recognition of the human condition. Most of the serious literature of the 20th century share in this lament. With climate change and overpopulation and nuclear weapons in the hands of imbeciles, it's easy to get depressed. Don't. People like you put men on the moon and invented the iPhone and created the global positioning satellite system. With tools like these, your brains and hard work, the world can find the way to overcome any problem. My philosophy can best be summed in a little song. As you know, I like to sing a lot. So maybe you'll join me, maybe you won't. This is my song. Some things in life are bad. They can really make you mad. Other things just make you swear and curse. When you're chewing on life's gristle, don't grumble, give a whistle. And this'll help things work out for the best. And always look on the bright side of life. Do-do. Always look on the light side of life. If life seems jolly rotten, then there's something you've forgotten, and that's to laugh and smile and dance and sing. When you're feeling in the dumps, don't be silly chumps. Just purse your lips and whistle, that's a thing. And always look on the bright side of life.